Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Rise of the Conduit one-on-one session. Frank here with Mandii.
Hey.
We're here on Saturday at PAX Unplugged, and we just couldn't get enough, so we decided we had to do one more session before we close out the weekend. And we wanted to do this one-on-one session anyway. We were going to do it online, but the studio audience wanted to see what was going to happen. Momo especially was feral while we were at the con and was like, no, don't do it without me. So
It's Momo. She's the audience today.
yeah, so and yes, your boy Big also over there in the corner.
Yes, also Ian's
so
like, I'm here too.
This is going to be a fun one, but this is content warning, probably the heaviest game I have ever run, possibly will ever run.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be themes of kidnapping, helplessness, torture, slavery, and one of my personal pet peeves, but Mandii and I have talked, there's going to be a huge loss of player agency, which is not something I do lightly. So if any of those themes bother you, skip this. I'm sure that wonderful Minky or someone will have it on the wiki at some point, and you can get the TLDR that way.
Yes.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You have been sailing on the open seas your friend and co-worker Warden's former ship, which he was the captain, but is no longer the captain.
Yes.
You have become...
He's a Beaumont.
Yes, it is a Beaumont vessel. You have become friends with many of the crew. You've exchanged jokes and pleasantries with all of them. They have been...
What about the hot captain? The new captain.
Did you want to be involved with the hot captain? It's possible the hot captain was amenable to it, but everyone would have been strictly professional, polite.
Maybe
there
not.
Is the usual...
I think I may be too nervous to be on the sea to be my usual self.
Yeah. There's the usual sailor raunchiness, but no one has even made a pass at you.
I love that. That's my favorite.
So, you've been sailing, no incidents with pirates, no incidents of super bad weather. There's been storms every now and again. The thing that's probably been hardest for you, which is the same thing that's hard for everyone who spends time on the open seas in this broken and shattered planet, is the fact that when you look up at the sky, you see the stars, and when you look down, you see the stars. It is enough to make most people go mad, and with no sunlight, constantly under and over a sea of stars, that can be really rough. But after a month, you've gotten accustomed to it. The captain lets you know in the morning that you're going to be at the rendezvous point in the next day or so, and he tells you to make any preparations or get your thoughts together about what you might want to say or do. Your instructions were fairly ambiguous.
Give these men what they want, say that we will give them what they want, and he'll make it happen.
You do know that Ambassador Avarathi, got it right the first time, was involved from the Eruvian side after she was recalled.
She was. So was Mylera.
And you know that Mylera was involved on the Duskfall side. So it's safe to say that you're going to be dealing with Eruvians.
Okay, I expected that.
But beyond that, you weren't given a whole lot of information. What would Velvet's thoughts be on this journey and as you were preparing
I think
for
I would
this?
be spending my time, since there is no social requirement. I don't have to interact with the sailors. I don't have to boss them around. I am simply a passenger. I think I would be spending a lot of my time meditating and praying to Ixis.
How are your dreams as you're going? Flashbacks, nightmares?
Lots of flashbacks, thinking a lot about that night. The night I lost Kahan, and it is difficult.
Yeah.
It's difficult to think about, to think that I went into something knowing that it should have been a slap on the wrist, taking me away for a very short period of time just to serve justice, and then for it to go so horribly wrong, for everything that happened just
Is there any
over and over in my head is that night, always.
Is there any comfort to the fact that you're not actually going to be setting foot on your homeland, or do you wish that you were?
I think I would feel better actually going to Iruvia than being out here in the middle of nowhere. I have there's no safety here. It is just
Open water.
open water. And I don't even like the water. Not even that good of a swimmer.
Do you prepare your things to travel? You've obviously unpacked since you've been given quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing fancy.
Mm-hmm.
Small bed and office in one, with a small desk, room for books,
Mm-hmm.
parchment, paper, pen, small window to look out. Not that there's a lot to look at,
Mm.
but any planning, packing that you want to do?
I think
Leave your things here.
I would definitely pack. Because despite how the contact talked to me about things, I don't have very much faith in this.
Don't have much faith in him.
No.
Might argue that that's reasonable.
Avarathi, I know she is like me, so I believe her when she says that she would not turn me in, but that doesn't mean that somebody else wouldn't.
And what do you think would happen if someone turned you in?
I would either be killed by whomever is on this other ship, or captured and taken back to Iruvia. You know, when you go from Kingmaker to King Killer, it kind of has not nice of a ring to it.
And as you have been spending your days and nights meditating, and as you get closer to the rendezvous, these are your thoughts. Spending your time occasionally talking, but most of the time in your own thoughts, preparing mentally for what's ahead. Eventually, over the horizon, you hear, well, I should say over the horizon, you eventually hear the bells go off, ding, ding, as the man in the crow's nest has spotted another ship. It's a smaller vessel than yours. Eventually, you can see it a few minutes later, off in the distance. They must have seen it using a spyglass or some other form of magnification. It looks also to be electroplasm powered, and it does not fly any flag, just as your vessel does not fly any flag. And it approaches slowly on a heading, looking as if it would make contact with you. Not that you think that these ships are going to collide, but it clearly had this rendezvous point in mind. It seems that this is the ship that you were waiting for. The captain comes to you and says, "All right, lass. Do you need any help? Would you like an escort onto the ship? Or can you handle yourself?"
Oh, that's tempting.
Me and my boys, happy to have you back. You've been nothing but a joy.
It would be appreciated to have somebody with me just in case.
Right. We'll have a few of the fellas go with you.
Would it have been possible during this journey to kind of fill him in and say, here's how it's supposed to go, but I want to prepare for how I think it could go.
And how much detail would you give him?
I would just say I would worry about, like, Eruvian pirates are a thing, right?
All pirates are a thing.
So I would be like, you know, be on the lookout for that kind of thing, but I wouldn't necessarily say, you know, there might be people who want to kill me.
But you let him in that this is like a kind of goods trade or setting up of a goods trade is what the intention.
Yeah, it's a goods trade. I'm concerned about pirates. We should be prepared for violence, but not think that violence is actually going to happen. It should just be a smooth, easy one and done.
Okay.
But prepare for what if it's, you know, what if we meet up and it's not the people we were going to meet? What if it's somebody, you know, who took over the other ship or something? Like, expect the unexpected.
Got it.
Because Eruvia.
Give me a moment.
You can always expect the unexpected in Eruvia.
As always. Give me 1 second.
Especially in Uduasha.
He assigned you Shields Green and Eric the Red to watch over you.
Shields Green.
Yes.
And Eric?
Eric with a K.
Eric the Red. Green and red.
Eric has, as implied, a huge, thick, red-colored beard.
Okay. I love this so much.
Shields is your stereotypical swashbuckler dressed in stripes. No eye patch or parrot, but very much the look of a pirate, but he's an honest sailor.
I would make sure that I have my hidden blades, probably a sword, just because when you're on the sea. And we could do an art reveal on the screen if we want of the outfit that I am wearing. I've got a long coat on and a different outfit than what I normally wear in Duskfall. It looks much more like Eruvian.
Is there an art reveal coming?
No, I did art. Remember?
Is there an art reveal coming,
There is.
Mandii?
Yeah, there's an art reveal coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have the art in front of us because
Not in front
we're
of
in
us.
Philadelphia and we're in a room.
I have it on my phone.
But at some point, we're gonna.
Well, it'll be on the screen.
It'll
We'll
be on
pop
the
it
screen,
up.
and you'll think this is hilarious.
I look like Eruvian military almost, but not quite.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about now.
Yes.
Now that
yes.
you've
The
clarified
jacket,
the
the
look.
very
Yes.
Final Fantasy-esque outfit.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's
Isn't
so
it
Final
beautiful,
Fantasy.
commenters? If you got this far in the video, let us know what you think of it. So you look like a admiral in your own right,
Maybe a little bit.
leading these two.
I don't probably look
Seamen.
like the kind of woman that could be pushed over in a negotiation either.
The boats eventually slow as they get across from each other. They prepare to dock and drop the, what do you call the wooden?
Gangplank.
Yes, the gangplank. Thank you. Drop the gangplank. Do you lead Eric and Shields to go to the other boat? You see on the other side.
One ahead, one behind.
So it looks like there is one person who is dressed in military garb, traditional Eruvian military garb. And then people dressed in plain clothes. About 8 in total, including this leader person.
Okay, 8 with a leader. Okay. I want one of them to go in front of me, one to go behind, which is standard, especially if you are a diplomat, to have one guard in front, one behind.
Okay.
So that's how I would approach. And then, is it clear who the leader is? Do I recognize any of these people as I step onto the ship? Fortune rolls.
No, you do not know any of them.
Okay, I don't recognize
And
these
or
people.
recognize them.
Okay.
I need a moment.
What do you need? Book?
Yes. Oh,
Cracking my new one open.
cracking open.
Woohoo!
Mandii just got this today.
Evil Hat sponsor us.
Yeah. Hashtag,
Please, we love you.
hashtag
We
ad,
love
but
you so
not
much.
really.
We love you so much, Evil Hat. Please.
Ooh, listen to that fresh book smell.
Oh, right? Yeah, listen, you're only the second person to open that book. Ever. We just took the plastic off it right before stream because I bought it today. What role were you looking for?
Oh, I'm not. I'm looking up names.
Oh.
And he walks to the edge of the gangplank, Shields and Eric flanking you, and begin walking. He begins, and he gives you a courteous bow.
She does the same.
Says, "My name is Admiral Yolen.
Admiral, nice to meet you.
I believe that you are Jimena Dunridge now, yes?"
That is correct.
And then he reaches hand to shake.
She.
Nice to meet you. Would you like to come aboard so we can discuss, have some refreshments?
Yes, of course.
And don't mind the men. They're here for my security and yours.
Of course.
I'm sure you know the seas are dangerous.
Absolutely.
Let's step inside my quarters and give you all the hospitality that the Peruvian military is known for. I'm not, and he turns to walk and leads you.
Yeah.
I'm not a soldier anymore, but, once you've attained the rank, I don't suppose you ever stop being a military man, do you?
True. That's what they say.
Something special about service to one's country, wouldn't you say?
Truly, absolutely.
He opens, and unlike your very humble quarters, he has a very expansive quarters. It looks like there is kind of a living area separated by a curtain, which is opened from a more bedroom, even more private area. But he has a desk, a table set up with a few chairs. You see cards, games, books. Lots of things to pass the time, but also things like antique guns and swords, as well as more modern guns and swords. Not quite like an armory, but just probably some of his personal collection that are there. You also see maps of both Arubia and Akros and the surrounding seas.
Okay.
You also see maps of the Isles and the surrounding seas. He looks like a well-traveled man and a well-studied man. He sits at the table and kicks out one of the chairs for you and motions for you to sit. Eric and Shield still with you.
Yeah, I'll have them stand probably by the door.
He has all of his guards stay outside, and he says, "It's all right, men. I don't believe that Mrs. Dunridge poses any threat to anyone here."
Oh, well, if he says that and that like he wants to talk to me alone, then I guess they'll either stay right inside the door or right outside the door.
No, that's fine. He's not.
They can stay with me.
He's not making you dismiss
Gotcha.
your
Okay.
guards. He's just giving.
Yeah, if he doesn't.
Reassurances to his men.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm told we have a mutual friend,
Yes, we do.
and our mutual friend would like to set up a kind of trade route. Set
Yes.
a good summary of everything, just to be on the same page.
Yes, I would say that is an excellent assessment of what's happening.
Yes.
Simple, quick, easy.
Yes. Simple. Maybe not easy.
No,
Simple
maybe.
enough.
I guess nothing worth having is easy, is it?
Yes. But simple. Quid pro quo, if you will.
Indeed.
I'm told you're a Ruvian.
Half, yes.
Half. Do you mind if we switch to Hadrathi then?
Oh, of course, and immediately switch.
I hope.
Sorry, I'm so used to having to speak
Yes.
Akarosian that
Oh, it's quite all right.
it's nice to speak Hadrathi, trust me. I assume we're speaking the standard dialect
Yes.
of Hadrathi. Okay.
I'm a student of languages, traveling. It's always interesting how much you pick up about culture through language.
Truly. It's why I enjoy language so much. I study it a little bit myself just for fun.
Also, chat, I normally would try to do accents, but I'm going to be playing so many NPCs in this episode that it's going to be very difficult for me to keep track, so I may slip in and out of accents.
Yeah.
Just know that it's accents are not my strong suit. Anyway.
Practice.
Says, yes, well, I hope that your sailors don't mind the confusion, but much prefer getting familiarity. Native tongue is much better to
I prefer it as well.
meet someone.
Yes.
So, I'm no longer a military man, but I'm still a man of honor.
Of course.
And unfortunately, setting up this trade route is going to, well, of course, violate more than a few laws. I don't have any problems with that necessarily, but proper compensation is required for this.
And what sort of compensation were you thinking of?
Well, I've worked out some arrangements with officials in Udawasha to look the other way for this venture.
Mm-hmm.
And they are actually going to be supplying me with the majority of my fee, which is quite considerable, but it might involve doing some favors for them temporarily from you personally. And then later we might need to smooth things over. Coin exchanges, as you know, can be done, but as a half Aruvian, you know that trading favors and information can sometimes be more valuable than coin. For instance, I would love to get your take on the political situation going on. You see, the Emperor keeps adding some garrisons of troops in Udawasha.
True, I know of this.
Under, well, false pretenses.
Absolutely.
Have you heard anything about a Croatian expansion into Aruvia or crackdowns coming down from the Emperor?
Have I heard of anything since I've definitely kept my ear on what's happening in Aruvia, but...
Just make a retroactive, I guess, consort.
Consort? Okay.
Yeah, and see if what you would have heard. And I'll let you use this, like, gather information.
6, a 2, and a 1. Success.
So, success. So you get to actually ask me question and follow-ups to arm you with this information.
So maybe it'll help if I tell you what my understanding is of what is happening. My understanding is there is an alliance with Akaros and Aruvia, and there is we don't call it an occupation, but essentially it's an occupation in Aruvia of Akarosian government bodies existing outside of Udawasha, connected to
I
it
would say
outside.
it's very similar to American military expansion in Europe and Asia.
Yeah. So my understanding is they were getting more aggressive, and there were like political back and forth of spies traveling to and from Akaros to assess this information. And the understanding I had was that Akaros is planning something because they want to be in control of Aruvia the way they are in control of other nations.
It's like Scotland, which they just conquered.
Exactly.
Yes,
they're trying to conquer Aruvia because we have vast wealth.
Yes, all correct.
Yes. Okay. That was the state of things. It wasn't outwardly aggressive yet. It was the rumors starting.
Okay.
So, is there more movement on that front in that time then with my success? Am I aware of that?
Avarathi would have told you that through correspondence over the following months that's one of the reasons that she was recalled. She, of course, was placed as an ambassador to do spying, much as ambassadors are always involved in spying to some extent. But she was recalled because they needed her skills to kind of fend off the political situation at home more than they needed her.
So Anixis called her back
to help.
Okay.
So that's the biggest update on that specific situation.
Okay.
So you would relay that to this man?
So
or how much
I would
you
relay that it has indeed become more known and aggressive, that it's happening. Yeah, I would tell him that.
Okay.
I would give him that information.
Well, that makes sense, certainly. And what of the situation in Duskfall? Has there been any major political fallouts in recent months? What's the news?
Oh, I would tell him all about like the all the scandal with Strangford and I would talk about like the Bowmore incident. I would tell him like he's a fellow Aruvian. Of course, I'm going to give him the hot toss.
As you actually start talking specifically about Strangford, he actually steps up and grabs parchment and pen and starts actually taking notes. He's like, interesting.
I don't tell him like the details of what happened to Strangford, but like what was made public like in the papers.
Just
that's what I'm
mentioning
talking
Strangford
about. I'm talking
alone.
about public knowledge.
Yeah. He says, interesting, with Lord Strangford.
Well, I heard he passed away recently, so
Yes.
he died in the plague.
That presents a interesting opportunity in international commerce. Leviathan blood. And
it does.
Do you know if the city has a plan for how to deal with what is sure to be an impending shortage next season?
Have I heard anything?
Not yet.
I have not heard anything. Nothing recently. I think they are still reeling from all the events of the plague.
Oof.
Trying to clean up after all of that.
Nasty business.
Truly.
Well, thank you for this. This has been a wonderful introduction.
Of course.
If you would like, I would like to offer you the chance to stay, meet my men. We'll have a nice dinner, and
sure.
Tomorrow I have someone from the continent who's going to come and visit you, and they would like to have a conversation with you as well. And
what is that in regards to?
They, well, not to be improper or impolite, but I believe you once were in the service of our country as well.
I was.
A long time ago.
Long time ago.
Now, you are in no danger with me, friend. But I believe your expertise and debriefing would be most helpful to and he actually is going through his notes, a Zura from the continent. Do you know them?
Yes.
Well, he would just like to debrief with you on the later days of your service.
Shit.
Maybe fill in some blank missing pieces.
Do I get the sense? Wait, no. Zura is the.
He was a rival of yours.
He was
another spy.
Was my. Yeah, he was the. He was the protege that Rajan was pushing to get Kahan to take under his wing, but Kahan wanted me. Fuck. Okay. I hate that fucking guy. He's so annoying.
Believes it, once this is figured out and information is exchanged, he will allow contraband to flow in and out of the docks of Aruvia and into Uduasha proper, without incident, with official customs papers and everything.
Wait, they're offering me papers to get back into Aruvia?
They're offering your cargo that will come and go. Official. They'll stamp them as if they're legitimate merchandise.
But I have to talk to Zura first. Okay. All right. Sure. I'm more than happy to debrief him on this.
The details of the sale of goods, I would rather not know what kind of goods. We'll follow up with our mutual friends. I will send correspondence over Cypher, but I think we can agree a fair market rate with a, let's say, 30% markup for me and my men, and the risk of piracy is a fair deal.
And the contact told me to just say, yeah, we'll absolutely make that happen. 30%. Okay. She'll nod to this and say, 30%, yeah, that's more than reasonable.
Wonderful.
We can absolutely make that happen.
Of course, I know you are an intermediary, but I appreciate your candor regardless. You're a very resourceful and, I'm told, cunning woman.
I tend to be quite sharp. Whether that translates to cunning, I cannot say.
I've, wasn't there, but I've heard, well, stories about your wedding and how beautiful it was, and quite the political event in Duskfall. All the movers and shakers, anyone who matters, was there. Is that true? You command such influence from your peers and admirers.
It helps to be likable.
Certainly. Well, I won't keep the formalities anymore. And he switches
As you
back
wish.
to Accrosion. You're free to
She
roam.
almost hates to switch back because she really enjoys having somebody to speak Hadrathi with.
He's saying it for the benefit of your men. You
Right.
can come and go on the ship as
Yes,
you like.
Of
We'll
course.
break bread together.
As you wish.
And you can stay, and in the morning, we'll have Zura come. He'll speak to you, and, well, that'll be it.
All right. This is one of the easiest negotiations I think I've ever had.
Simple, maybe.
Simple
but
enough.
Not easy,
Maybe not
necessarily.
easy. No, it is not easy to sail.
It's a very
I'm not a seafaring woman.
long trip to come all the way down here to
It
the
is.
southern part of your continent by ship.
It is.
I
Sometimes
wish
we
you,
must do what we must.
I wish you a swift journey home.
Thank you. You as well. And a safe one as well.
He says, "All right, lads," he says back in Hadrathi. "Time to crack open the casks. We have guests tonight."
All right.
And from there, the boat evolved into a pretty uproarious party.
Okay.
They cook. They provide you all with pretty good fish, vegetables, rice, all that has been sealed and pretty. You can, as you wander the ship and explore, as you are free to do, no one stops you. You see that things are very well preserved. The ship's armory seems to be very well in order.
Okay.
Even more than Warden's ship, this ship seems to really have military-like discipline, cleanliness.
It's really interesting. Is it a military style ship, or
It is a
it just?
military-style ship, but
Okay.
it is smaller than the
It's
ship.
not a standard.
Yes.
It's not an active military ship.
Yes, and yes, there are no flags or,
Right.
other than people's private quarters, you wouldn't have known that these people are Aruvian necessarily.
Oh.
You get the sense that
So it's not an Aruvian style fleet ship. It's a different one.
Yeah, it might be that these
Okay.
people are former Aruvian military, but are now basically, I guess you'd say the term is corsairs, maybe,
Yeah,
or
Corsair or something like that.
yeah, buccaneers, not engaged in piracy, but kind of freelancers, privateers. That's the word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they just kind of take what work they can. But Warden's former crew, they come and they enjoy the celebration. Most of them, a few stay back on the ship for safety. People start drinking, getting pretty rowdy. Again, no one gets handsy with you. People are very polite, despite the fact that you're surrounded by a bunch of drunk sailors.
Okay. That's good.
How much would Velvet partake in the celebrations?
Not very much at all.
Just-
She'll maybe
you
have a
feeling
glass
about
of wine
things?
too. Huh?
How are you feeling about things?
How am I feeling about things, or how is Velvet feeling
How is
about
Velvet
things?
feeling about things?
I'm a little bit worried. I want to believe that this is easy, but I know that nothing is ever this easy. They wanted one thing, it wasn't even outrageous. 30% for something like this is really not that bad. Normally they want more. So the only strange thing about the price is debriefing someone else who is going to show up. That is suspicious to me.
Okay.
During the course of my conversations with the Admiral, was there anything that pinged as a lie?
I believe this is study.
What about
Oh, yeah,
what
like
about
looking into a mirror.
what about my special supernatural powers,
Thank
Frank?
you.
I can read people's fucking, well, I can't read their minds, but I can read when they lie. I always know when someone is lying. Always.
I need to go back in the conversation.
I mean particularly around talking to Zura. Was there any dishonesty around Zura? The rest of it I don't really give a shit about.
Zura does not just want to have a conversation with you, like
And
you
he
said.
knows it.
Yes, he
Okay.
is lying about that.
Okay. All right. I'm going along with it for now.
But
Maybe I can get a couple
he
kills
was
in.
telling the truth about he does not mean you harm.
Mm-hmm.
And he was telling the truth about...
He's opening the avenue for something, and he's not going to intervene, is what I'm picking up. Not necessarily going to intervene.
Yeah. So you drink like one glass of wine, and then you head back to your quarters after celebrating with the boys a little bit.
I'll like nurse the same drink all night and act like I've been drinking a lot. Just to like, maybe not a lot, not like acting drunk, but like I drink enough to seem like, you know, I'm having a good time like everyone else is, that I'm not holding back, I'm acting. But one at absolute most.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you head back to your room.
Yeah. Because I don't see anything on the other ship that, like, bothers me, right? There's nothing...
No, and
Because, like, I
true
did
to
the
his
whole
word,
grand tour thing.
You basically, like, he would give you a tour of the ship, but
Okay.
he was true to your word. No one stopped you from going anywhere, even places that normally, like, wandering into an armory on a ship that you just went to, that's not usually a thing that people would let you do, but he's kind of giving you professional courtesy.
Okay. Yeah, if I don't see anything, no hidden doors, no creepy shit, no...
I would say you could, I guess, study again to try to find
Study?
any hidden doors or anything like that.
That is double sixes. That is a critical success. Right? Double sixes
Yes.
is crit?
You would find a few different hidden doors, actually. You would find one hidden door that is in one of the cargo holds that goes further into the ship.
What's in there?
And you
What's
would
going on in
you would
there?
go down, and there is a small brig that is down there. 2 cells.
Oh, that's standard for a ship like this.
Yes, but it's in a hidden compartment, and there's 2 cells. That is the first thing that you would find.
Oh, shit.
Another thing that you would find is there is a hidden compartment in the captain's room in the floorboard that leads to a safe that is locked.
Oh, man.
Those
Too
are
bad I...
2 things.
Oh, wait, no, I do have my lock-picking set with me. No, I'm good. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I don't care.
You'll leave it?
Oh, yeah, I leave it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are 2
Where the fuck
things
am I
to
going to
see.
go?
Yeah, okay.
I
Those
can't
are-
run away into the
those
city.
Those are 2
There's
things
no
that
city
you
here.
see in hidden compartments.
Okay. Okay.
Anything else you want to know about the ship or ask about?
Are there any arcane or demonic type things on the ship? Like sigils, statues, plaques, you know, shrines.
2 of the crew members, 2 of the 8 have...
Oh, which houses?
They're not Eruvian
Oh, they're
religious symbols. They...
Different gods, okay.
Yeah, they're more... yeah, I would say that they're... It's more neutral. It's like a tribute to not the demon princes, but just to spirits in general for
Okay.
safety and...
There are other religions in Aruvia.
yeah,
It's just those are the main
blessings
ones.
for... Specifically, one of them is like, we want both our ancestors and our descendants to find their way to the afterlife, kind of hoping that what
Yeah.
happens everywhere with the soul always being part of the mortal realm,
Yep.
ghosts, they're hoping that that doesn't happen to their family and are praying and giving tribute to such, which
Okay.
in a way is very sad because since the cataclysm,
Right.
that hasn't happened.
There's really, yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, no, I'm going back to my quarters. I just wanted to see if there was like anything like really bad hiding on the ship, and it seems like the normal things that I would hide on a ship are the same things there. Like it's not weird to me, I guess I should say.
Okay.
It's within the acceptable amount of secrecy for me.
It is time for the engagement roll.
Oh shit. Oh god. Okay.
2D, but I'm minusing a D for something that you don't know about yet. So it's 1.
Oh god.
That is a 2. So that is a fail.
Is it desperate or risky?
Desperate.
I'm gonna get so much XP today.
Yes.
Oh shit.
You get back to your
Okay.
quarters,
Desperate.
and Zura is sitting on your bed.
Oh. He's already. Fuck my life. So I open the door and he's sitting on my bed. Mandy says, "Shut the door." Velvet wouldn't do that. I'm sorry.
Ava.
Zora. You should call me by my title.
Should I?
Pick one.
Which title would you like to go by these days? There's been so many, I'm sure.
I have to fight not to roll my eyes because I fucking hate this guy. He's such a dick.
You may call me Spectre.
Spectre. Donning the shawl once more, are we?
I mean, that is how you knew me, so...
Very well. I have questions. I just wanted to get this over with.
And what do you mean by that?
The little power struggle you were involved with, what happens in the final days before your flight?
Well, do I know that Zora has the same powers as me?
I think you could heavily imply that if not
I
the
can't.
same,
I don't
but
think I can lie
similar.
to Zora. Is my question. I
It
don't
is
know if
possible. You don't know for
I don't
sure.
know for sure. Okay.
Impossible to know for sure.
Persian let me know that Kahan was actually a traitor, and he gave me proof. He gave me proof that the man that I love and was going to marry was trying to destroy Euruvia, the Euruvian way, going against everything we knew.
And you believed that.
He gave me proof.
That's not what I asked.
He told me that if somebody came forward, that he would get a slap on the wrist, maybe spend a little time in jail, quiet it down, and then he would be fine.
And did you believe that?
I did. He gave me proof.
And how did it feel to back the wrong horse?
Well, considering nothing happened the way it was supposed to. Terrible. He wasn't supposed to die. The Gwalim were not supposed to be there. It was supposed to be the police force.
Was Gahan a good man, Spectre?
I am not the right type of person to judge whether he was good or not.
You knew him. You were his protege, his lover, his chosen pupil.
At the time, I believed he was.
And thus you went to the enemy. Why?
For Eruvia.
Oh, you went to Akros for Eruvia?
Oh, you mean me leaving after that?
Yeah.
Once they killed him, I knew. I've realized what Rajan was really doing. He wanted whatever he wanted. power. He wanted to take over or have somebody else take over. He didn't want Kahan to be on the throne anymore.
Yes.
And with nobody left, no allies, what did you think? I could turn to you?
I certainly wouldn't have.
You would
in
sooner
your
stab me in the
position.
back than help me.
Well, stabbing in the back is such a simple way of killing a person.
Isn't it though?
Well, Spectre, I've unfortunately been given orders. You see, Kahan is exactly what you say he is.
Is?
Excuse me, Rajan is exactly who you think he is. And, well, I'm sorry to do this to you, Spectre. But in the name of Sua Anha, the leader of House Odixus, I am placing you under arrest.
So you are still working for him.
It would be better for you if you came willingly.
And why is that?
I don't want you to die. He's telling the truth.
What are the charges? I'm sure I know what they are. Tell me what they are.
Conspiracy to commit treason, high treason, murder, assassination, torture. Should I continue?
Is the list much longer?
Just repeat charges of the same. I don't suppose that we needed to add the lesser charges of burglary, theft, larceny, fencing, or others. I would say that those will do fine for your detainment and trial.
So I have to go back to Idrovia with you.
Have to is a strong word, but I'd say it's the better option.
Well, you said it would be better for me not to struggle, not to resist.
Well, people don't always act in their best interest now, do they?
What is stopping me from killing you right now, Zura?
Nothing, but you might have to get through a few more people before you get off this
Oh,
ship.
really? How many are there? Do I need to get a good workout in today?
Oh, he stands, and his hand goes to daggers at his sides. We're doing this, then.
It depends.
On.
How many?
He stomps twice on the ground,
I fucking knew it.
and in rush a dozen people.
Fine. Not as much of a fighter anymore as I used to be.
He looks for your weapons, and he walks and disarms you. And
Does he check my sleeves too?
He first goes for your waist.
He should know me better
And
than
then
Yeah.
he starts patting you
He
down
should know me better than that.
everywhere.
We studied together.
Yeah. He'll try to take everything: arms, chest, back, legs,
yep.
boots,
Okay. Well, he finds them all, does he?
Hair.
Okay.
and
okay.
then has a master of arms put you in irons.
Puts me in irons. Okay. Yeah,
And he
my
says,
reputation precedes me. They should put me in irons.
After your hands, he then looks, says, ankles too. She's tricky.
I hate this
I am in this moment remembering what the contact said.
Is that a good solace or a bad solace?
I can't tell yet.
Okay. He says, men, don't try to fuck her no matter what she says. I heard she killed a man like that once. I don't need to bag you, do I?
No. Even if you did, it wouldn't do anything.
We'll see.
We'll see.
They grab you and you see many tied up but unharmed sailors on the ship.
I'm so glad I didn't resist. They would have killed everybody on the ship. Fuck.
And they take you to a smaller boat on the side. And they make the somewhat long journey to the shore of Aruvia. I'm going to narrate, and you tell me if Velvet at any point would try to escape during all of this, and when.
Oh, okay.
They take you ashore. Eventually, once they get you to shore, they actually do throw you in a sack and put you in a vehicle.
Sorry.
They begin.
I'm nervous.
I'm so sorry. This vehicle is not electroplasm powered, but you hear the sounds of the Deathlands around you. And the sounds of spirits wailing, storms off in the distance, and the wind howling against the sand of the open deserts of Aruvia. Hours turn to a day. Eventually, they wake you up from a point of when you're sleeping to give you water and then put you back in the trunk again and keep riding. Another day, the same. Another day, the same. Again and again. Eventually, you feel not sand or dirt, but stone. And you hear the sounds and smells that come back to you in a rush.
No. I'm in Uduasha.
And you feel the heat, distance as it is, of the fire and the wailing of spirits as they're drawn into it. And the smoke and commerce and busyness of Uduasha, your home and capital. You are driven and you know the way. You could practically do it blindfolded from the feeling of the stone.
They're taking me home. They're
and
not
the
even taking me
turns
to jail.
that they're making. They take you to the headquarters of House Anixis.
They're not even taking me to jail. They're taking me home. That's so fucked. Oh, they're gonna kill me. Torture and kill me.
And they open again, and Zora pulls you out of the bag just so you could see where you are. And you see you're at a back entrance you know well that leads to a place where they torture and execute political prisoners and enemies of the house.
Yes.
And he says quietly, "You might live."
I don't say anything to him.
You might. And then him and men, fewer now than the ones that picked you up, about 6, take you in into the dark, into a dungeon that's not lit by electroplasm lights, but lit by... Sorry, we have a motorcycle
Yeah, we're going to
outside.
pause for that. That's very loud. Is it getting picked up? Okay.
Yeah, it was getting picked up.
Oof. Okay.
The hallways lit by torchlights, narrow corridors, dank smell, and you hear a cage opening and you being thrown inside, your head hitting pretty roughly off of the back wall. No windows. Just a room of 3 stone walls and bars.
Fuck. Okay. Yep.
He
I've
unshackles.
put many people in here.
He unshackles you and locks the door and says, "Sleep well, Spectre. Tomorrow's going to be a hard day for you."
I do not respond to him.
And he leaves you in the dark. And to add insult to injury, he takes the one single torch off the wall, puts it out, and puts it back, and then leaves you in darkness.
No. What is the floor like in this cell?
Rough, uneven.
Is it dirt? Is it
stone.
sand? Oh, it's stone.
Stone.
Can I feel... I don't know. I don't know how better to describe this. Can I feel the vibration of the well from where I am sitting on the floor? Because it gives off so much energy. Like, you can feel it.
I think you can feel a dull hum even from here.
Oh boy. I'm going to do the only thing I can do.
Which is?
I'm going to sit down. I'm going to close my eyes. And I'm going to maybe try to attune to the well.
And what are you trying to do with that?
I'm fucking praying because I want to get out of here.
You're praying to Ixis.
Yeah.
Roll tune.
Okay.
Risky standard.
5, a 5, and a 4.
Thinking.
I'm not expecting like anything magical to come out of this.
No, I know.
Being so close to where it happened, like I feel like I need to
You have
try.
a memory flash in front of your eyes as if it was happening again.
Mm-hmm.
Walking through the fire, seeing the being with green eyes, the same color as the eyes that you now have.
Mm-hmm.
You feel it looking at you, piercing you, giving you the gifts that you got so long ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're back in your cell.
He's here and he knows.
You feel the fire on your feet as much as it feels like it just happened.
Oh man, he knows. I don't know if that's good or bad, but he knows. He knows I'm here. Okay. I will simply meditate and bide my time and wait. If I attune in this cell, I don't know if we want to use the same roll or if I should roll again. Do I feel anything in these cells? It's something I never really did when I lived here.
Make a different roll because you're trying to do a different thing.
Yeah.
And what are you trying to find out
I'm
about?
trying to detect spirit demons.
Okay.
Because some spirits invade the well. 6, a 5, and a 1.
So success. Nothing in your immediate vicinity. There are spirits away from the well. Not very many.
Okay. Yeah, no, there's hardly any.
And as far as demons, you've obviously sensed there's more than one demon in the city, as there usually is.
Okay.
But
Little guys.
But
Small fries.
you don't know if it's the prince's run-of-the-mill demons or something else.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just biding my time and like in a weird fucked up way enjoying the feeling of being here again.
Yeah.
Because it is so different.
Despite the fact,
Despite the situation, I'm like, I'm here. I'm touching.
even if you die,
I'm
you got
touching
to
the
see your home again.
I would rather choose to die here than anywhere else. If it has to happen, it's going to be here. I'd rather it be here.
The next morning, you hear the door open and the light comes on, and it is a person you know
Motherfucker.
well,
No.
Isak Anixis, also known as Jackal, who is the Isaac, yes, not Isak. I guess you could pronounce it either way. Isaac, the head of torture for your house.
Yeah. I know him well. He trained me on how to fucking torture people.
And he motions to the 2 guards that were there, and then motions for 3 others to come in and say, she says, Ava,
Jackal?
I'm sorry.
Isaac, do you prefer?
I won't enjoy this.
You will, a little bit.
I wouldn't be good at my job if I didn't enjoy it a little bit.
True.
But a little less because it's you. Why'd you come back?
Stupidity, apparently.
Irons, let's get this over with. And you are grabbed and shackled again. I'm going to...
I'm not shackled in the cell.
In the cell, you were not shackled. They took your shackles off. Do you want to try to do something?
No, I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait, because it's Isaac.
They shackle you. You are taken out of this dungeon, but to his literal torture chamber.
His? Okay. All right. Okay. Yep.
You see every tool of pain you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Paddles, spikes, iron maidens, whips,
Yep.
choking devices, stretchers,
Yep.
knives,
Is the guillotine still
needles for
We used
needles
that
for
one.
injections.
there? Oh, not those. Oh, God. Okay.
And I'm not going to go into super graphic details, but he starts with needles,
Great.
fingernails, knives.
Okay.
If you fall asleep, he wakes you up by cutting. He keeps you awake for a day, and for the first full day, he's not even asking you questions.
Yep. I know how this goes.
The next day, he moves on to more pain and more, and chemical aids in your torture. On the second day, again, he doesn't let you sleep. Constantly.
Okay.
On the third day of no sleep, he finally asks a single question in his soft, calm voice. Why? Why, Kahan?
What do you mean?
Did you know the whole time what he was planning, who he was?
No.
No.
You mean the treason?
Yes.
No, I did not know. Not until Rajan told me. You didn't have to torture me for that information, by the way. She says, spitting blood on the ground.
Well, maybe I have to torture you for this information, my friend, my student. How many more powers has the prince given you since the time you've been here?
Why is that relevant?
Well, I might need to know which parts I need to cut off so that I can keep you here.
I know this motherfucker can read people. I know he can. You don't have to tell me nothing. I know this bitch can.
Make it easy on yourself, Ava.
It wouldn't matter what you cut off. I could do whatever I want right now.
And I suppose after you called down a lightning storm or phased through the wall, it would still be pretty hard for you to move without legs.
I suppose so.
So, besides that wonderful sense of perception of yours, is there anything else he's taught you in your spare time?
Well, you know about the mesmerism. That was the first one he gave me.
And
A little bit of lightning crackles along her arm. I don't know if she can move very much where she is.
No, she is very restrained.
I think I want to fight, but I feel like it's such a bad idea. And then I think Velvet's smarter than that. She will wiggle her fingers as much as she can, and they will go incorporeal for a second.
Beautiful. He drops his torture instruments and he goes and brings a small wet towel and begins to towel off your forehead. I suppose you were honest. So you deserve a few hours of sleep.
Okay.
I can't release you, of course. You know how this goes.
Are you sure?
He hesitates for a second. And he looks like he wants to say something. And then he stops himself. And he just pats your shoulder.
Ow.
Yeah, probably hurts now, but he tries to do it softly. There's more that he wants to say, but he can't. It seems like he can't or won't say it.
Is there anybody else in the room?
No. He assumes at this point you're too weak to really fight him. I didn't give detailed injuries because
Yeah.
But if you want to fight, then we can and you can. And I'm not preventing you from. Like I said, I'm narrating and you can let me know when and if you want to try to escape at any point.
I'm cooperating because if I didn't, he would just kill me. I know he would.
Okay.
What do they want to know so bad that they can't just ask me or just outright kill me?
It is a bit strange, isn't it? Would you like to try to figure that out?
Yes.
Sounds like study
Study again?
or maybe survey.
Well, I would prefer study. I would really prefer consort because it's an emotional check. I'm trying to check his demeanor and understand why the hesitation and, you know, like why they don't just like string me up in the city square and say we found the
This is going to be limited effect,
treasonous
but
person
go
we
ahead. You
found.
can roll consort.
Okay.
This is limited effect.
6, a 3, and a 1. So success.
This is your entire experience over the last week, 2 weeks. It's almost too templated. It's almost too regimented.
It
It's
doesn't
almost
feel-
too by the book.
It doesn't. Something's not right.
Yeah. It seems like
This is all performative.
it feels performative.
That's why I'm not fighting, because I'm like, what the fuck? This is standard. I should have less limbs right now.
For you,
Knowing what I know
who-
about Jackal,
and also knowing Rajan, you should either be dead or in much worse shape. Yes,
None
that
of this
all
feels-
clicks into place.
I'm just
Something
kind of-
more is happening.
he's used to me doing this, but my eyes kind of flare like brighter green.
Mm-hmm.
Something's not right here, and I know it. I know I'm not the one asking the questions, but
Get some sleep, Eva. You'll need it.
fine.
Do you go to sleep?
I fucking try. Probably can't.
I might be you pass out from exhaustion, might be that you can't.
Yeah.
But about 4 hours later, you hear screams in the distance. And this is screams that you've heard rumors about, horrors about. This sounds like truly a sever the bloodline type moment. Children, adults, horrible sounds, occasional gunshot.
Father has arrived.
And you eventually, minutes later, as the screams go more and more infrequent, you hear the sound of shoes on stone walking towards you slowly.
Okay.
And you look up and you see the star.
What the fuck? Wait. Wait a second. What?
He goes over to you and he unstraps you.
I feel like I'm seeing fucking mirage or some shit, right? Like I'm hallucinating, clearly.
He grabs a towel and he wraps you in it and he picks you up and starts walking you out of the room. He's taking you through the hallways and upstairs, and you see bodies everywhere. Bodies of the people of House Anixis. And he walks up to the palace, and you see hundreds of gangsters. Duskfall gangsters. And he whispers to you, I told you, Velvet. You just had to trust me. You know, it's interesting what my brother has told me over time. All those books of his. Anixis isn't the only house in Aruvia. And people didn't really like Rajan very much.
No.
Thank you for being the last piece of my deal. I believe the other houses will be much more amenable to my contraband trade. What a good little chess piece you have been, my dear.
She is probably exhausted and just stunned. I don't know what to do or say. I fucking was not expecting this. So there's all these gangsters everywhere, and he's just carrying me through the street. Like,
Carrying you through the palace, and you see this,
the whole oh boy.
and there's just
I want
bodies
my fucking crown
everywhere.
back, bitch. I want my crown back, Frank.
And he looks at you and sees your exhaustion, your wounds, and he says, well, Velvet, you're free. Should I take you home, or should I leave you here?
Take me home.
And we will end the session there.
Fuck.
Thank you all for watching this. We will be back with Rise of the Conduit. This has been wonderful. I hope you enjoyed it. That was a lot.
I want my crown before we leave.
Discord.gg/MagiRPG.
Bring me my crown.
Follow us on socials and
Want my
please like the
jewels.
video and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.